Good morning, everyone, and welcome in. Before we get into this morning's update, we have to talk about some critical issues that are going to take place in the days to come and some things that we must pay attention at the forefront. That goes beyond some technical analysis. So first of all, tomorrow, or tonight at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or UTC time, I should say, we're going to get the 1 billion, Ripple's going to release 1 billion XRP from Escrow. So that's something that had taken some very serious consideration here on the Sunday, June 30th, as we will have the 1 billion XRP release from Escrow. We don't know how much is going to be locked back up, but we do know that oftentimes this sends the price for some depreciation. Oftentimes we will have a 3 to 5% rally the day before, and then it ends up dropping right back down, if not below a little bit, or sustains the level it was at prior to the recent run up. So we'll see if that takes place today. As of right now, Bitcoin's up 527 points, or 0.87% to 61,514. XRP's up about 0.13% to 47.2 cents. So we'll take a very deep look into that. The XRP Bitcoin pairing came back to retest the breakout point, which we talked about in the live yesterday. So if you were part of the live, you are up to speed with that. And if not, we'll go over this on a much more detailed level. We've got 2 bits of reading to do this morning. We've got, did the Binance ruling sink SEC plans to appeal? So we'll definitely take a look at that. And then we'll take a look at, is XRP finally ready to make a move past the 50-cent mark? Or do we have lower levels to go to? So we'll take a look at both those articles in time. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. If you hit that like button, which typically we only have 1 in about every 9.6 people hit that like button. Yesterday's update, we had about 2.4 in every 9, which it allowed us to get up to 1,500 views in yesterday's update. Yesterday's live was a little suppressed, but I didn't expect anything different because XRP's struggling. So most people don't want to tune in for the lives, but it is there available, as I do go live every day except sometimes on Sunday. So I will target to go live tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time unless something changes within the family. And then obviously I wouldn't be able to on the Sunday. But as of right now, I plan to. And we have a lot to cover in this update. If you're looking to trade XRP, look in the video description below and our pinned comments. On HOTCOIN, you can copy trade me. Still waiting for that next setup for me to feel comfortable for the next trade with the group. Or you can look in the video description below and our pinned comments. You've got BITUNIX and or BLOFIN. I recommend BITUNIX if you just, everything is all even, and also HOTCOIN, just because HOTCOIN has so many different tokens to select from. All 3 of the exchanges that I am on are, you don't need a VPN, no KYC necessary, and it's available for the USA and abroad. So look at that in the video description below and our pinned comments so that you can get ahead of the exchanges. I'm going to do the intro, and then we're going to get into this hot and heavy. So please make sure to hit that like button, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, June 30th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So let's take a look at XRP. The day before, we have the 1 billion XRP dumped from Ripple out of Escrow. So it's definitely a tense moment here today. A lot of people are going to be looking for price depreciation. Assuming that XRP continues to get rejected and can't get past that, as of current times, 48.1 cents, that could certainly garner the feeling that we could come down lower. Now, before we think that we've already broken down, we got to take a look at the shorter time frame, because this very well could be, like we talked about yesterday, what's at play during the live. We talked about how possibly we could even come all the way down here to 463 before I bounce out. And then if we could hold that 46.3 area, if it had to come all the way back down here, then we could make a volatile swing back up to that 50.5 cent resistance. A lot of the indicators, a lot of the signals, and a lot of just the current projections within the chart, it shows it coming up for a rejection at 50.5. But that doesn't tell us right now if it's going to come down to lower levels first. Do we come to 46.2? Do we come to 42.4? Do we back test the cup and handle formation before anything bigger can happen? Or do we break out of this entirely to the downside or to the upside? Right now, we have this inverse head and shoulders on XRP that if it were to pull up from here off of this cup and handle, one could argue that we have a inverse head and shoulders pattern here as well. So that would be a very bullish cup and handle. And if it plays out on this inverse head and shoulders, I mean, you're talking about a small short-term move up to that $1.16, but ultimately it would make a play all the way up to potentially even $1.97. But if you look at it in routine, it could come up to 139, 142. But that's if it plays out bullish. So that's the bullish look at that. If it breaks up. Now, the bearish look is if we start breaking down these very big support levels. First one's this 46.2 cents. We've already got rejected at the 48 cent level. So unless we break back up over 48 cents to invalidate a retest that could possibly happen down here at 46.3, we need to invalidate the drop structure. And the only way to do that is to come back over this formation here, retake 48 cents, and then start pushing up towards that 50.5, 51 cents. Otherwise, we could drop down, and we've seen that cup and handle support. This is the actual drop target is 42.29. The cup and handle formation is right at 42.40. So it's beautifully pushed into here because if it breaks down here, it comes with a pattern uptrend. And then you're so close if you come all the way down here. There is a chance that you could come all the way down to the overall uptrend, which goes back to 2020, which we started in 2018 when we hit all-time highs. Took 27 months to come down to the new support floor. So we had a swing high of $3.30 to $3.60 depending on exchange, to a swing low of just over 10 cents. And it took 27 months to find the floor. So that was a rather large consolidation from price at 330 plus down to 10 cent plus. That's a big drop. It's a big drop. So now it's, if we break down these charts that we just talked about previously, you could come all the way back down to that uptrend, and that's the all-time pattern that I just spoke of. And then this is the proof that you can go all the way back, and then you can go from farthest out and work it in. So we are in quite the spot here. We are in quite the spot here with XRP. With that 1 billion coming out of escrow tomorrow, it definitely could bring some bearish bias. But as we talked about yesterday, Bitcoin looked like it had a chance to surge up here if it played off of that inverse head and shoulders, but also the pennant flag breakout. And we're bouncing off of the pennant flag right now on the retest for support. We've already bounced off of it. We're breaking out of the current consolidation. And if we can get a hold here now at 61,200, Bitcoin has a technical target up to 63,868. And if we were to bounce off this support, that would give Bitcoin the ability to rally about 4.3% and get us up to just shy of 64,000. That's the technical target on a bullish push up. And then the technical target on a bearish breakdown would have been 58K. So we'll see if this holds this back test, or if we're starting to exhaust ourselves and we start to come back down. Right now, though, we can see this very clearly, and we can update this in real time. So it came over, we'll just say it's somewhere in there. So in real time right now, it still suggests that we can come up to 63,789 roughly. We have a golden cross in the 30-minute where it's trying to rally. So we'll see if Bitcoin can push out. So I know yesterday's live wasn't as popular, but we talked about this exact scenario with Bitcoin, how it could surge out off of the inverse head and shoulders and being on the outside of the pennant flag on the back test. And now all of a sudden Bitcoin here is up over 700 points this morning. Now we'll have to see, because the weekly candle close ends this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we could absolutely get volatility back to the downside. But as of right now, Bitcoin's off surging a little bit here this Sunday morning. And it's actually something nice to see, because we talked about it yesterday during the live. It wasn't a well-liked live, that's all. A lot of people like the live, but not as many people as normal watch the live. Which I even said yesterday. I could tell that was going to happen because the buzz was dying down. And just what I put in the title, a lot of people would be like, oh, there's no way Bitcoin's going to have a little surge here. Or there's no way XRP could actually be on the back testing a breakout. So there's we always look at the bullish and the bearish here, but the bearish would be that definitely there's 1 billion being dumped out of escrow tomorrow for XRP. The bullish is we're back tested nicely now. Bitcoin surged a little bit. Now if Bitcoin can hold that 61,200 as it already has once, we could push out to 63,700 and plus. So that's about a 2,000 point move for Bitcoin, and that would allow XRP to have a little bit of topside momentum. But we have to watch to see how this plays out on the thinly traded weekend, or the thinly traded Sunday, as the weekly candle closes today as well. So if we look at XRP from a weekly candle perspective, not the greatest candle, looks pretty bearish. It did pull up a little bit here at the end, but we would need to get a pull up and a close over right around 48 cents to make you feel a little more comfortable with the weekly candle close. Can we come up to 48 cents? It's possible. But as we can see, it's against Bitcoin, we're down about 1.16% of the 766 sat level. And after this, I'll get into some reading, and then I will release this update. Looks like a little W reversal was formed, but now we need to do the very, very important back test here, which on the XRP Bitcoin pairing we very well could be coming to this back test, and we've talked about it, right around the 760 sat level. It would need to back test this to have a further breakout, and the further breakout could be all the way up to a very key resistance, and it's much higher up. If we can break out of this descending formation, which we're trying to back test the breakout now, that could force us all the way up over 1300 sat level. So definitely something exciting to see with the XRP Bitcoin pairing, but we're not out of the woods yet because we have the dump coming. So the escrow dump. So that always makes things a little uneasy. But typically, like I always say, within the 24 hours, 12 hours before that dump, we 12 to 24 hours, we have usually some kind of surge, and then it comes back down to reality and then some. So we'll see how this plays out. So first thing I wanted to read here is XRP news today. Did the Binance ruling sink SEC plans to appeal? And if you are still watching, please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this update. And when you search on YouTube, it'll be in the news feed. So if somebody's never seen my content, or if you have been watching my content, it'll pop up. So let's skip the key points so we can actually read it and be surprised. So District Judge Amy Berman Jackson rejected the SEC's assertion that secondary market transactions of Binance BNB token meet the criteria for securities under the Howey test. So the SEC versus Ripple Judge Therese ruling impacts SEC fight against cryptos. On Saturday, June 29th, XRP gained 0.28%, partially reversing a 0.95% decline from Friday, June 28th. XRP ended the session at 47.2 cents. As we know right now, it's right around the same spot. There was no SEC versus Ripple case-related news to influence buyer appetite for XRP. Nevertheless, the court ruling from the SEC versus Binance Holdings limited case attracted investor interest. Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderodi shared the news of the court ruling, saying, "For all the SEC has done to muddy the waters with its inconsistent legal theories, the courts are seeing right through them. The Binance decision last night is long, but absolutely worth a read." Furthermore, Alderodi commented on the court's reference to the programmatic sales of XRP ruling, added, "Judge Therese and SEC versus Ripple got it right. XRP in and of itself is not a security. Other courts are recognizing her decision for what it is, consistent with the law of the land." The court order stated, "The court is inclined to agree with the approach of the court in Ripple Labs since that it is what it is approach of the SEC appears to be inconsistent with the clear Supreme Court directives." Fox Business journalist Eleanor Turrett highlighted a crucial opinion from the court ruling that stated, "The government's reliance on the assertion that the crypto assets are the embodiment of the investment contract and its argument at the hearing about the nature of the technology and the interdependence of the platform and the performance of every token is not enough standing alone to bring secondary sales of BNB under the investment contract rubric. How will this affect SEC's plan to appeal against the programmatic sales of XRP?" So Binance ruling a blow to SEC, plans to appeal against the programmatic sales of XRP ruling. Investors await the court verdict on the penalty Ripple must pay for breaching U.S. securities laws. The Binance ruling does not affect the pending Ripple case ruling. However, the Binance ruling could affect SEC's plan to appeal against the programmatic sales of XRP ruling. In July 2023, Judge Annalisa Therese ruled that programmatic sales of XRP do not satisfy the third prong of the Howey test. The reference to the programmatic sales of XRP ruling could prove crucial with Judge Jackson reinforcing Judge Therez's ruling. In July of 2023, XRP surged to a high of 93.27 cents as investors reacted to Judge Therez's ruling. However, XRP returned to sub 50 cent levels, weighed by market expectations of the Securities and Exchange Commission appealing against the ruling. The SEC filed a motion for interlocutory appeal in August 2023, seeking the court's permission to appeal against the ruling. However, Judge Therez rejected the motion in October 2023. Notably, if the Securities and Exchange Commission appeals against the programmatic sales of XRP ruling, the courts may be referenced the Binance ruling. Considering the latest court ruling, the outlook looks brighter for XRP in the broader crypto market. So on a daily chart, XRP sat well below the 50-day and 200-day exponential moving averages, affirming the bearish bias signals. An XRP break above the trend lines would support a move to the 50-day exponential moving average. If XRP breaks out from the 50-day EMA, the bulls could target the 200-day EMA and the 55-cent handle. SEC activity and SEC versus crypto case-related news require investor attention. Conversely, an XRP break below 46.5 cents handle could signal a drop to 45 cents. With a 14-day relative strength index reading of 40.35, XRP may drop to the 45-cent level before entering oversold territory. So that's what I wanted to show here with XRP. And then I want to talk about the possibility of a move imminently above 50 cents, and we'll see what has to happen. So Ripple's price has been fluctuating around the critical support level of 47 cents, experiencing minor volatility and sideways movement. This price range has consistently supported XRP, suggesting substantial demand and raising the probability of a midterm bullish reversal. So some XRP analysis to bounce against their own. So the daily chart, an in-depth look at the daily chart reveals that Ripple has been consolidating within a sideways triangle pattern, signaling a balance between buying and selling pressure and uncertainty about the overall trend direction. Recently, the price reached the lower boundary of this pattern at 47 cents, with sellers struggling to break below this critical threshold. This range has been in solid support since May 2023, highlighting persistent demand and buying pressure. Consequently, a bullish reversal seems likely in the midterm, potentially leading to minor bullish movements toward the triangle's upper boundary. Conversely, a sudden break below this critical support could trigger significant long liquidation, causing a sharp decline in the short term. The 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, Ripple exhibits a short phase of lateral movement and uncertain price action around the crucial 47-cent support range, forming a bearish continuation flag pattern. The price recently dropped to the pattern's lower trend line in the key 47-cent support area. If sellers manage to break through the level, a significant and rapid bearish movement is anticipated. However, the moving average convergence divergence indicator has recently turned green, indicating a potential bullish rebound. This signal, combined with the prevailing demand near this critical support, suggests increased buying pressure and the likelihood of a midterm bullish reversal. So that's the reading I wanted to get through. Make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube can recommend this update. It's very, very important to look at this, not just from the bullish or the bearish angles, but to put all of it in to the pot together and make an educated and informed decision. We take a look at the news surrounding us and the charts alike. Even though it's a thinly traded weekend on Sunday, there's still a little news and notes, so we have to stay very, 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 very visual. We need to stay very dedicated and motivated to watch the markets during these high times of uncertainty and during the times when most people wouldn't think twice about watching this on a Sunday or taking a look at the market because they say, what the hell is the point? This is the time you need to see the inner workings. If you're looking to trade XRP or crypto in the USA and abroad with no VPN or KYC, look in the video description below and our pinned comments. There's HOTCOIN. That's where you can copy trade me along with BLOFIN. And then BITUNIX is a freaking fantastic choice if you're asking me. They just have less options than HOTCOIN, but you might feel more secure in more ways than one. It just all depends on your personal preference. So I thank each and every one of you for watching this morning. It means a lot to me if you made it until the end. Hashtag be better, do better. If you'd like to show me personal support as it's the end of the month, you can always send a YouTube super chat, which would be greatly, greatly appreciated and so very vital. Or you can take the plunge and join Tom's Army and get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1. All the way out to the 3-year emoji badge, which there's a few people that have it now, surprisingly. And that's the 3-year badge. That's the XRP Diamond Hands badge. So have a blessed morning. Don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And if you made it to the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments.